What is up, mi gente? We have a last minute surprise announcement because I'm freaking nuts. So if you didn't know, I was co-hosting the Romance Readathon with Maggie's books and stuff. It was freaking amazing. It did attract a lot of fantasy readers. I mean, as a co-lead, I'm a fantasy lover myself. I saw a lot of people really want to read fantasy. I knew I wanted to host and create a readathon someday, but when I briefly mentioned this and how it would certainly center around the fantasy genre, I was really surprised to hear that so many people on my team were ready for a fantasy readathon today, right now, September 1st. I got these news August 30th, and because I'm freaking crazy, I was like, you know what, maybe I can put something together if people are ready, and this is what I made. So this is the announcement video for the Falling into Fantasy Readathon, and I'm gonna give you all the details so that you can hopefully join, have fun, challenge yourself, and get some amazing recommendations. Now, like I mentioned, I only had a day, basically yesterday, to plan everything and created our Discord as much as possible for this impromptu readathon, but I am very excited about it because I wanted a readathon that would be laid back, welcoming, and definitely flexible for a mood reader because I am a mood reader. So I wanted this readathon to be open for you to read as you wish, while also centering on fantasy and challenging yourself by reading different authors you wouldn't normally read and trying new books. So let me start by this. If you don't know what a readathon is, it's totally okay. I had no idea what they really were. I've seen the word thrown around, but until Maggie invited me to be a co-host, I had no idea what it actually meant. Everyone creates a readathon their own way, but basically it's a space where a lot of readers come together, and instead of reading on your own month long, you have a community that you're reading with, and usually there are prompts and challenges or a certain theme that you're going to center your books around. Each person will create their own version of a readathon so they can make it super intricate with a lot of rules and a lot of storylines, or they can be super laid back. Now, the one I've created has a mix. We are centering around fantasy, but there will be plenty of opportunities for you to read as you wish because, like I said, this is very mood reader friendly. So if that's the type of reader you are, you definitely want to join in. I guess I should start by letting you know that this readathon is going to take place over the course of 3 months. The reason I did decide on 3 months after asking people how they felt about a longer readathon is because it allows for a more relaxed, easygoing readathon. I feel like when a readathon is just 1 month, it could be really fun and really intense, but it can also burn people out really fast. And in this case, you have 3 months to hit new reading goals or really fight your TBR, which the bingo card I'm going to talk about is definitely going to help you do. And also, I feel like fall is like the cozy, perfect season. There's so many things we're going to be able to do together on the Discord through October, which is such a favorite season. November, September has National Hispanic Heritage Month in the United States, which I'm also excited to highlight in this readathon. So there's going to be a lot of that over the next 3 months, and we are going to hit a refresh every month. So it's not just the same monotonous theme all 3 months and you get bored and you just want to leave and you're done. Okay, so I will keep you engaged, I promise. So here are the basics of what I made with my fried brain for you, and hopefully it's interesting enough that you want to join. So primarily I wanted to make a bingo card, and usually a bingo card has prompts, and you can see mine has prompts as well. What's fun is I've made this template so that you can interact with it over on Instagram or for yourself, and what you can do is anytime a book actually fits that prompt, you can create the image, just tap on it a few times until it's a square and you can fill it into your card. The point would be to fill in the bingo card as much as possible, and it has different prompts to challenge you, but also enough prompts so that you can read as you wish. So you can see you have a free space, you have a space that just says novella, it could be any novella. It has a space that literally says mood read because maybe you're just in the mood for a thriller out of nowhere. It has webtoon, it has dystopian, it has morally gray. So unless it specifically says fantasy, and really this readathon does center around the fantasy theme, but unless it specifically says fantasy on the bingo card, it's open and free for interpretation. A few people already asked, is this adult fantasy? Does middle grade count, or YA only? And honestly, it's any and all fantasy. There is a fun little slot that says try a different age category than you normally would. So if you normally read YA, this is a great chance to try a middle grade fantasy or a new adult fantasy. Or if you normally read adult fantasy, maybe it's a good chance to try a YA fantasy. But But really this bingo card is meant to make you explore different books, because that is what my channel is about. Trying various genres, trying new authors, exploring, but also giving you those comfort reads that you're just really in the mood for, because at the end of the day, reading should be really fun. Now, if you noticed, I also have some challenges for more diverse reads. It's really sad that in 2023, we are still pushing for more diverse reads, but here we are. The fun thing is there are a ton of resources, and of course our Discord, which I'll talk about in a minute, will also have a lot of people recommending all these different books, and I will as well, because I also think I can challenge myself to make sure I'm reading from various authors and not just mainstream authors who happen to be non-BIPOC. So that'll be really fun. I know a lot of people were already asking, what does AAPI mean? What is Latinx? And that is also the point of this readathon, so you're exposed to different cultures. This bingo card is the main part of the readathon, but it's actually meant to be paired with the board game I made for you all. The board game is basically where your character is going to travel through a mini story. I didn't really have time to make an extremely intricate story. Like I said, I had a couple of hours to really put this together. Sorry, the lighting keeps changing. There will be a mini story. You're gonna read and get to know a little bit more about the story through the letters that you'll be seeing throughout the month. If you notice, the bingo card actually has points connected to them, and the points are gonna equal the steps your character takes on the board game. So if that bingo slot was worth 5 points, for example, your character is gonna move up 5 points as well. Anytime you see like a more colored in spot, that means there is a challenge attached to it. And over on the Discord, I'm gonna have little threads that will give you the prompt. So Sept 5, meaning September 5, doesn't mean you open this thread on the 5th of September. It means once you hit spot number 5 on the September board, you're gonna go to that thread and open the challenge and do the prompt. So the actual mini story in the board game is that your character is receiving mysterious letters from a stranger asking to be rescued. You don't know who the stranger is, but you're getting a lot of dreams and a lot of almost like prophecies of what's gonna happen. So you decided to take the leap of faith journey and rescue this mystery stranger. The mystery stranger is gonna continue sending you letters throughout the month. So that is how you're gonna get more insight into the story and into what your character is going through. And the challenges are also going to give you insight into the story as well. Now, this is of course optional. If you want to play just the bingo card, you can do that. It's going to challenge you. You're going to kick the TBR's butt. There are literally 25 slots. So if you want to read 25 books for the month, totally possible to do it with this bingo card. You will definitely be challenged to find new books, different genres, and also read the books you've been really excited to read. However, if you want to combine both, it's gonna make it so that it's more interactive, and it's not just you filling out the bingo card, but you're also interacting with the community over on Discord. You're figuring out the story. This month, I have the September bingo card and the September board ready for you to go ahead and start. Spot number 1, you don't need a book to finish. You can go over to September 1 and it will show you the prompt for the very first part of this readathon. And obviously I'm going to be giving you updates over on my Instagram as well. So make sure you follow there for live updates, like through my stories or announcements. It's Books by Joanna over on Instagram. And you can use all the templates I have for you over on the Discord, over on Instagram. Just tag me and it'll be really fun to repost and see how many people are playing. And also see how you're filling out your bingo card. That'll be really fun. And really, it's that simple. I mean, I just really wanted something where we're still kicking our TBR's butt, because it's almost the end of the year, and I know that fantasy readers, we tend to have so many freaking books, and they tend to be really chunky books, okay, like 500 pages or more. We will have buddy reads, we will have chats, you will connect with other fantasy lovers as well, and it's such a vast genre, fantasy, that there are bound to be subgenres as well. And so this is going to be the place for just all fantasy. So how do you sign up? How do you do this? Easy. Just click below in the linked description on the Discord and bam, you're in. It's that simple. That's it. Now you can choose to stay all 3 months. You can come in and out as you wish. If you're like, hey, I'm more interested in like spooky season and I need a break from reading because I'm in a slump or something, that's totally fine. You can come and join in October as well. Now, if you end up joining, for example, in October or November and you never played the board game in September, that's totally fine. You can actually go back and you can even read the letters if you want and the prompts if you want to know what's been going on. Now, what's fun about having the 3-month long readathon is that every month it's going to have a new board and a new bingo card. So within 1 month, you can't overlap your books on the bingo card, so each slot has to have its own book. That's what's going to make it challenging. But I might actually repeat some of the bingo slots from the previous month, and if you really want, you can actually make it fit into the following month. But the point is to challenge yourself and read as much as possible. So I highly recommend you find new books to fill for every single slot. So this means that for October and November, we're gonna have an entirely new bingo card and a whole new board game. But the storyline that you started with in September will continue into October and November. The themes, the prompts, the challenges will change, and that's what's gonna make sure that we don't get fatigued, we don't get bored. It's a fun little reset, and of course we gotta go on theme. So October will definitely have the spookiness, the witchiness, the coziness, and as a little teaser, November might actually focus a little bit more on time travel and other multicultural themes. I'm so excited, even though it's super last minute and I scrambled to put this together. I feel like if this becomes an annual thing, which I had my heart to do an annual readathon as well, I hope that this is at least a good start, and I'll see a bunch of you over there after this video is published. I had so much fun in the last readathon, and I'm so excited to continue that type of community and all of the interactions over on Discord. I've met a lot of amazing people. Love this community. I hope I see you there. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you in the next video or over on the Discord. Bye.